p.m. in the courthouse meeting room number 2, northeast corner, 3rd floor. We have 2 members present and 1 member by, what do we call this? TV?
Video conference.
Video conference. Okay. Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Uh-oh. They gave me a bump something we got out of the truck.
We lost him?
I think we lost him. Dave, are you still there? The pledge did end. I saw him step out of the truck. We'll call him back.
Is that when the thing started making noise?
Yes. There you are. I think we lost him.
There we go.
Sorry about that.
Okay. I thought I screwed it up because I stepped outside to say Pledge of Allegiance to the flag here.
Oh, okay. Notice to the public, the Board of Supervisors welcomes comments from the public during the time allowed for discussion. You're requested to approach the microphone, state your name for the record, and limit the time used to present your remarks in order that others may be given the opportunity to speak. The normal process on any agenda item is for the chairperson to read the item from the agenda. The board is given an opportunity to comment on the issue and/or place a motion on the floor. An opportunity for discussion may be presented, at which time the public may participate, and a roll call vote will follow. Okay, the first item we have is item number 1. It's the approval or amendment of the agenda. And if you look on item number 20, there's a tax certificate that has been paid, so we don't need that as part of this motion. That is tax certificate number 20179-005. So it's the 005 that is the one that we don't want. So at this time, I would entertain a motion to amend our agenda here by removing that item from number 20.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Chairman, I motion that we amend the agenda as stated.
and I would second.
Been moved and second, we amend the amendment as stated. No further discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Sure. Thompson.
Yes.
Slosik.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes. Okay. The motion has carried. Moving on then, years of service recognition. We have 2, and I didn't look to see which was on top here. Tara, would you like to come up front, please, since you're the important person at this time? And this is Tara Moore. She's part of our treasurer's department down here. You're a special clerk. That means you do everything. Okay. I really think that department does a wonderful job, and you being part of it, we really appreciate it. You've been there for 5 years, and we hope you're back for another 5 or 20 years. So we thank you for that, and we want to give you this. It's just a small certificate, but it shows our sincere appreciation for you being part of our group here. Certificate of Appreciation. May it be known that Tara Moore served Marshall County as a universal clerk, as we are extending an expression of appreciation for 5 years of service, and we hereby present this certificate. All 3 of us here signed that, so I would like to present that to you, and we appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Stephen, do you have something?
No, I just want to say thank you, Taryn. Congratulations.
And it's pretty hard to shake that guy's hand here, but.
Thank you, Tara. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for coming up and spending the time.
Yes.
The next one we have is Wade Roop. And Wade Roop is in the Sheriff's Department, and he's a detective, an investigator. He's been here for 40 years, and his certificate reads, "The Certificate of Appreciation, may it be known that Wade Roop served Marshall County as a detective investigator. We are extending our expression of appreciation for 40 years of service. We hereby present this certificate." So we will make sure that Wade gets that. David, we were visiting about this earlier. Did you have some comments about?
I do. Wade has been with us for 40 years. He comes from an entire family of law enforcement. His brother, two brothers actually, and a sister-in-law are all in law enforcement. He's a phenomenal investigator. If I was a criminal and I had him on my trail, I would be deeply troubled. He's a stand-up, very fine individual, and when he finally decides he's going to go on to someplace else other than Marshall County, it will be huge shoes to fill.
Okay.
Bill, I'd like to say also, I remember when Wade started. Wade was a classmate
You're
of
that
mine.
old? Oh,
Yeah, I am.
Oh, okay.
I am. Wade was a classmate of my wife's, and Wade is also a neighbor of ours too. And I'm also very proud of the work that he's done over the last 40 years. Watched it very close, and he's again very proud to have him on our team.
We need to tell Wade to check us out on the Marshall County website so he can hear all these fine accolades.
Knowing Wade, he probably won't.
Okay.
He's just too busy. And
Okay, moving on then is a proposed vacation of a portion of road in Marshall County, petition 843. So at this time, this will be a public hearing, and there are two people here from the road. Three people here from the road. Okay. There's three interested persons present for the public hearing on the vacation of the following. All of 310th Street lying between sections 18 and 19, Township 82 North, Range 17 West of the 5th Prime Meridian, Marshall County, Iowa, except the east 514.5 feet thereof. This is public hearing. Notice of this public hearing was published in the Marshalltown Times Republican on July 12, 2017, and in the Mid-Iowa Enterprise newspaper on July 13, 2017. Notice this hearing were sent to the following by certified mail: Stephen D. Runner, Dolores P. and Lynn Zesch, Alfred D. Runner's family, First Family Trust, Annette and Jerry Engel, Bob Booten, Central Iowa Power Co-op, Quest Corporation, Partner Communications Co-op, Heart of Iowa Communications, Union Pacific Railroad Company, Consumers Energy Co-op, Interstate Power and Light Company, ITC Midwest LLC. Okay, so we sent all these out. Were there any individuals presenting written comments?
We did not receive any.
Okay, so that would be 0. There were no questions or objections filed. And we had, do we have any oral comments this morning? 0. We've had conversation in the past, so it isn't that this hasn't been done. At this time, then, if there's no further discussion, the chair would entertain a motion to close the hearing.
Mr. Chairman, I would make a motion to close the hearing at 9:10.
We had someone kind of, did you?
We have somebody.
Jerry?
Yeah, I just have a question.
Oh,
Please come up-
I'm
please
sorry.
come up and- I'm sorry.
I was trying to catch your eye contact and I didn't catch it. Okay.
My name is Jerry Engel. I live on the end of the road about where it's going to be closed. I just want to make sure that the county maintenance from Underwood to my place is not going to diminish, because I'm the only person down there, and it's going to be a long, brutal road in the winter.
That is still going to be a county road.
Okay,
The snow will be pushed, and the gravel will be
Okay.
added and whatever.
all right,
So,
we're good to go.
yeah.
And that's the reference to the 514.5 feet.
Right.
Takes your lot completely out of the vacation. Your frontage, none of your frontage will
None
be
of my
vacated.
frontage will be there. Okay, very good. Thanks.
Pardon me, Paul, I didn't see you come in. I should have just let you handle that question.
No, you got it.
Okay, but you got your question answered then. Okay. So moving on then,
Steve would like to speak.
Steve, okay.
Really, nothing's gonna change, is it? We got so many easements on there, it's gonna have to have a path going through there anyway, so really nothing's gonna change, right?
The only real change is that road where you have, originally it's a gated level C road,
Yeah,
and now
yeah.
that roadway is gonna become private property.
Yeah, but it's always gonna have to be an easement through there.
Just the utility easements stay, the roadway easement is being vacated. So
Yeah,
it's, so the
so it's gonna
roadway,
stay like it was.
except that it's.
You're not
private
gonna
property.
put any rock in the crossing.
No, no more than I would put it in your yard.
That's, I just wanted to make sure.
Thank you.
I'm curious to know, what happens to the gate then that was there? Does that stay? Was that property of the county or?
It was part of the Class C, but we provide that when it becomes a level C, and then every gate after that, the landowner has to provide. So I don't know, is that the original gate even, or it's, as far as I'm concerned,
I've gone
it's,
through half of the time.
they, there's
Those are my gates now.
very
Okay.
few that survive, so, yeah, we wouldn't expect
Hey,
anything
Steve?
back.
Yes.
Steve, how many years have we been talking about this?
Oh, me, okay. Oh, I don't know, a long time. Long time. This really started with Royce.
Yeah,
Predecessor.
long as I can remember.
He tore the bridge out because he seen me going over it with a four-wheeler. Now, if that bridge was gonna collapse with a four-wheeler, the world was gonna fall off around it too, I would think. So-
Yeah.
So it's been quite a while, so.
And the rock crossing works perfect. Every once in a while, you have to dump a load of that 4 or 5 inch rock in there and just go over it with the dozer. And, you know, that water coming down through there, probably every 4 or 5 years, you probably have to put, but the base is good. It's probably got 3 or 4 feet of, you know, so it's not gonna go anywhere. You're not gonna sink in. It's a little scary, but
Well, we've been trying with that one for a while. It's
Yeah,
taken a while to
it
get
works
to where
good.
it wants to
I think
stay.
that, the concrete 3-rod wasn't a good idea, but they put the other concrete in there and it's covered up, and I think that helps base it too, you know, so it worked out all right.
Okay.
I've been through with a cattle trailer, and it doesn't touch, because it's enough, you know, so it doesn't drag or anything, so it works all right.
I've seen that thing. I wouldn't pull a
See,
trailer
when
through
Royce
there.
did that, when Royce did that, it was a drought year.
Oh,
There
okay.
was no water in it, you know, so anything was gonna work then. But there's been water in there probably 6 foot deep.
Yeah.
You don't cross it then, but, you know, just use common sense. No, it works all right, but like I'm saying, there's always gonna have to be a path down through there. Nothing's really gonna change.
Okay.
And I'm landlocked when my mother passes. That's the only way I got in to get into my property, because Alfred owned everything around it. So on a dirt road is the only way I've got to get into mine.
Okay.
Bill and I were down there. We drove it here about
Oh,
2
you
weeks
did?
ago.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, what'd you think?
That day, we drove across the rock real well.
Yeah, it works all right.
Yeah.
It works all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, and we just had Steve's car, so.
Huh.
it was okay as long as it was my car.
Yeah, that's right.
The T-Bird wouldn't make it.
I did get out and help open the gates. That's all I did. Okay, any further discussion? I didn't mean to ignore discussion.
Is this on 310th in the east part of the county or west part? I'm not.
Southeast part of the county.
Southeast part.
And lately, nothing, but used to be, why there are gates on it, is you go down there and there was meth labs and things.
Sure.
You know, kids that get down there, and, or, I don't know who, but now, that must be out of style, because you don't see anything anymore like that. You know, I mean, you just, maybe they got the idea finally.
I think the gates do help, keep
Probably.
people away, so. Any further discussion?
No, sir.
Okay, we'll proceed then. Steve, would you remove your motion?
I would make the motion that, to to close the hearing at 9:16 now. No action can be taken.
I will second that.
Okay. Want to finish what you were saying?
No action can be taken at this time since claims for damages can be filed until 4:30 p.m. on this date. A decision will be made at the regular session held on August 8th, 2017.
Okay. That's just so to abide by the rules set up by the Iowa Code. So, is there any further discussion? If not,
No, sir.
Roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Slosik,
Yes.
Patton.
Yes. So that item has passed. Okay. We're slipping then away from our that part of it, going on to our consent agenda, which would be item number 4, approve minutes from the regular session, July 11, 2017. File clerk of district court report, accept recorder's quarterly report, accept sheriff's quarterly report, accept annual manure plan management update, Edward Brothers ID number 64799, new site, manure management plan received and placed on file, no changes to the manure management plan. Item number 9, accept annual manure management plan, annual update, Bill Havelka, site 1, ID number 61559, manure management plan received and placed on file, no changes made to manure management plan. Item number 10, accept manure management plan and annual update, Burt Farm and Livestock Incorporated, ID number 65507, Seminole site, manure management plan received and filed on file, or placed on file. No changes made to the manure management plan. Accept annual manure management plan, annual update, Timber Creek Port, ID number 58019, management plan received and placed on file, and no changes made to manure management plan. Item number 12, accept annual manure management plan, annual update, Jeff Breja, ID number 65417, manure management plan received and placed on file, no changes made to manure management plan. Item number 13, accept annual manure management plan, annual update, 4-leaf clover, ID number 66427, manure management plan received and placed on file with the following changes: added acres and change crop rotation or optimum yields. Manure management plan located in Story County, Iowa. Approved claims. Approved claims as audited and authorized by the county auditor and recorder to issue payment of the same. The listing of the claims paid at this meeting and all claims paid in the month of July will be published as part of the first meeting in August. At this time, the chair would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Mr. Chair, I motion that we approve this consent agenda as printed.
Is there a second?
I would second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? If not, roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Slosik,
Yes.
Patton.
Yes. Okay, on to item number 15. And this is to hire Stephanie Coulter, Treasurer's Office, full-time property tax assistant supervisor, rate of pay $19.10 per hour, effective July 31st, 2017. Do you have anything you want to say about that?
It's a replacement hire.
Okay, replacement hire. Okay. The chair would entertain a motion to approve this personnel action.
Mr. Chairman, I would make a motion to approve this personnel action.
Is there a second?
I will second that, Mr. Chairman.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the personnel action as we just discussed. Is there any discussion? Okay, if not, roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Slosik.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes. Okay, then the B part of item number 15 is change of status and change of rate of pay. Mike Malloy, change of status from DD2 to DD3, change rate of pay from $24.30 to $24.60, effective 7/25/17. And the DD2 is truck drivers. That
Truck driver 2 to truck driver 3, and it's a promotion that is really just hinges on that truck driver demonstrating their ability to safely operate a motor grader. And once they train on the motor grader and can operate that, it allows us to call them over to a motor grader if we need to move them around, so they get a upgrade and pay for that ability.
okay.
Paul, is that going to get us up to full strength for our motor grader operators?
It just gives us a way to sub people in for a motor grader if we need a seat filled in a territory, and it really helps us in the wintertime more, because when we bring on part-time operators, it's more uncommon that a part-timer would be comfortable in a motor grader. They usually would go to a truck, and so in that situation, there's times when we have to take a truck driver to a motor grader, or helping us out with dirt work on grades also helps. All of our main year-round motor grader seats are currently filled.
Okay. Any further discussion? The chair.
Mr. Chairman, I motion that we approve this personnel action.
And I second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the personnel action. Any further discussion? If not, roll call vote, please.
Thompson.
Yes.
Solosik.
Yes?
Patton.
Yes. Okay. That item has passed. Item number 16, warrants outstanding for over 1 year pursuant to section 331.554(7) Code of Iowa. Warrants outstanding for more than 1 year shall be canceled by the auditor, and the amount of the warrant shall be credited to the fund upon which the warrants were drawn. Said warrants as follow. We have warrant 248615 from Rural Services, Katie Stoll, in the amount of $35. It was issued back in 10/12/2016. At this time, the chair would entertain a motion to approve this.
Mr. Chairman, I would make a motion to approve the county auditor and recorder to cancel these warrants.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I would second that.
Been moved and seconded. Open this up for discussion. Is there any discussion at this time?
This is the smallest amount of warrants that we've canceled in the time that I've been a supervisor. It's usually 5 or 6.
Well, I'm glad that it isn't a lot of money. I'd feel bad about that, but this has been overlooked evidently. So, if there's no further discussion, roll call vote, please.
Thompson.
Yes.
Solosik.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes. Motion is carried. Item number 17, Sheriff's Department extension to 28E agreement between Marshall County and the City of Liscum for law enforcement protection. Discussion and possible action on the extension agreement regarding the 28E agreement between Marshall County and the City of Liscum for law enforcement protection within the corporate limits of the City of Liscum. The agreement is effective July 1, 2017, June 30th, 2018. The City of Liscum agrees to pay Marshall County the sum of $7,320. The chair would entertain a motion to this regard.
Mr. Chair, I would make a motion to adopt the extension to 28E agreement between Marshall County and the City of Liscum effective July 1, 2017 to June 30th of 2018. The City of Liscum agrees to pay Marshall County the sum of $7,320.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I would second that approval.
Been moved and seconded to adopt this extension. Is there any further discussion?
Shouldn't be an adoption where it's not a resolution. It should be just approving.
Just approve it? Okay. Everyone happy with approve?
Yes, sir.
Okey doke. Any further discussion? For the people here, we've about all the towns now have been covered in Marshall County, unless they already have their own police force. If they have their own police force, they normally don't do this. This money is used and it's used for more patrols, perhaps more lengthy patrols. They stop and they check the doors. And I just had Sunday was talking with some people from Clemens, and they were very, very appreciative the Sheriff's Department. Their old school there is being used by a mission company. They work on things there, and they found a couple of doors open twice now. So they're very appreciative of this type of service, this additional service that is being provided by our Sheriff's Department, because they feel that has stopped people going into their building and doing some damage. So they just wanted me to tell people that they thought that this is a good deal, and they enjoy having the Sheriff's Department there doing this.
That also helps on the election side because that's one of our precincts.
Yes.
And so we're protecting our free way of using that for a precinct and protecting that. None of our equipment's there, of course, but the facilities are there and being used when we do have an election.
So, any other comments? If not, we're going to go on then to item number 18. And
We need to take a roll call.
Please.
Oh, we didn't do a vote?
No.
No, not yet.
My goodness, that's my job. I'm slacking. If there's no further discussion, roll call vote, please.
Thompson.
Yes.
Solosek.
Yes?
Patton.
Yes. This item passed. Going on then to item 18, Central Iowa Community Services Region Statement of Understanding, renewal, discussion, and possible action to approve renewal of the Central Iowa Community Services Employee Statement of Understanding between Marshall County, Iowa, and the Central Iowa Community Service Governing Board. The statement identifies the individual employees, the position filled, the portion of the employee's wages, and the benefits that will be the responsibility of the region. Included in the renewal this year is the regional reimbursement rates for each SOU. This is something that has started a number of years ago when Marshall County became part of a 10-county region for mental health, and this is the Central Iowa Community Services. And the money that we have, it comes from each county. It then goes to the region, and it is a per capita. And we're down to $22 and I think 60 cents per capita. I might be off a couple of pennies there, but that in that region. And so then that money then is then used to run the programs within CICS. Part of that then are people who work here in Marshall County. They do things for Marshall County, but let's say maybe 95% of their job is for CICS. So then this agreement allows them to pay us for that 95% because we made the initial payment there. And it's just an agreement, and this is a renewal of that agreement. So the chair would entertain a motion then at this time to approve the agreement.
Mr. Chair, I motion that we approve the agreement with CICS in Warren County.
Is there a second?
Are we on the right
No,
one?
well, back up one, Dave, to item number 18.
Okay.
So this is Central Iowa Community Services Employee Statement of Understanding for Marshall County Community Services employees. So.
Yep, I'm sorry, I'm doing this from memory. So at my age, you have to forgive me because as you keep telling me, I'm past middle age now.
Really?
No one would never know.
No one would ever know.
No.
Okay.
It's the white beard.
Yeah. Let's start over here then. David, would you like to move a motion then for item number 18?
I still motion that we approve item number 18.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the Central Iowa Services Employee Statement of Understanding for Marshall County Community Service Employees. Is there any further discussion? If not, roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Slosik,
Yes.
Patton,
Yes. Motion carried. Number 19, Information Services Department Business Associate Agreement. Discussion and possible action. What are you doing? Are you coughing, David?
No.
Oh, that must be the gun, the guns in the
I'm
background?
at the gun range.
Okay, for a second, I thought you were getting sick on us. I'm gonna start over here. Item number
And they're
19.
not shooting at me.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Good to know. Item number 19, Information Services Department Business Associate Agreement. Discussion and possible action to approve the Business Associate Agreement between Warren County, Iowa, the covered entity, and Marshall County, Iowa, the business associate, to appropriately safeguard all public health information and electronic public health information disclosed by or created or received by Marshall County, Iowa on behalf of Warren County, Iowa. Now, James, would you like to have any further discussion on this to make this a little bit more?
Only a simple clarification, it's a boilerplate document provided by Warren County. They keep some of their information here as part of a sharing agreement. We back our data up to Warren County, they back their data up to our county. It's an agreement we've kept in our back pocket here while we evaluated other options to see if there was a better method of backing up our data that would serve us better. But at this point, I see no problem moving forward with the agreement.
Okay.
It's simple boilerplate.
So if we burnt down here, some of our information, or as much information as we could get over there, is going to be saved by them,
Exactly right.
and vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We keep about 7 days of data off-site in the event that we truly lost the county. And then we have a number of other backup methods for longer-term backups, but this is a true apocalyptic backup. Is what we're running here.
Very good.
James, is this the same county that we had used for a backup earlier?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So this is passed and approved this 25th day of July 2017. The chair would entertain a motion to approve this at this time.
Mr. Chairman, I would make a motion to approve the business associate agreement between Marshall County, Iowa and Warren County, Iowa, and authorize the board chairman to sign agreement.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I will second that.
Been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? If not, roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Slosik,
Yes.
Patton,
Yes. This takes us on to resolution number 20. Just a reminder that the 3rd tax certificate down, the 2017N005 has been deleted as our amendment to our agenda at the beginning. So, Jarrett, do you have anything here that you would like to?
Yes.
You're there, okay.
Yes, we've been working on this with the city for a while. These were all tax sales. It was a public nuisance tax sale, so therefore they were a nuisance, abandoned, and a problem for the city, and they came to us. Basically what this tax sale does is a shorter redemption period. But these were not picked up. No investor picked them up at the tax sale, so now the city is requesting that we assign these tax sale certificates to them. And I have honor here to have the city administrator of Marshalltown, Jessica Kinzer, here to discuss any further if there's questions, but that's...
Jessica, do you have anything you want to? You don't get an opportunity to talk at our meetings very often.
With
so
the
you-
21 guns.
You better take it. Yeah.
I can't say I've experienced that at a meeting before. I'd just like to say that it's, Jarrett covered everything, but the public nuisance tax sale was a tool when I was here a little bit more than 90 days ago to request the first 3 tax certificates that he and I then met afterwards to talk about this. And that is really going to be a tool for us to help tackle some of these abandoned properties where we're continuing to maintain them as nuisance properties, and really they're effectively abandoned because the property taxes aren't being paid. So that's where all 3 of these come from, and all 3 of them are ones that we're still maintaining them as nuisance properties this year and have been for many years. So that's the status of the 3 that remain.
Okay, very good. If there's any Any other discussion? Any questions? Dave? Steve?
Are there
No,
any-
sir.
Are there any buildings? Are there buildings on all three?
Yeah,
of these?
that's the benefit of these three, is that all three of them do have structures.
Yeah.
Two of these are actually, they're ready to, we've done all of our paperwork and they're ready to be demolished at any point in time. And then the third one, 405 Union Street, was on our list to be next in line for demolition and get the process started. And so we just didn't start the process, wanting to see where the public nuisance tax sale would turn out.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks.
The chair would entertain a motion then.
I would make a motion to adopt resolution number 2017-0037, approving the assignment of certificates of purchase at tax sale.
Okay, is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I will second that adoption.
Been moved and seconded to adopt this resolution. If there is no further discussion, roll call vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Slosson.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes. Okay, that moves us to the back page here, but before we get to that, we have a visitor who is a Boy Scout, and I asked him if he would give us 30 seconds of why he's here and what he's doing and who he is. So would you step to the mic, please?
Hello, everybody. I'm Ethan Rubenbauer from the Troop 329 in the Grand. I'm a Life Scout working on my Citizenship in the Community Merit Badge. One of the requirements is to come to a public meeting and discuss an issue that was presented here. I chose the vacation of the road talked about earlier. And yeah, thank you for having a lovely meeting for me.
Thank you for coming. Yes. You're going to be a senior this year.
Yes, sir.
And then your Boy Scout activities will continue then on?
Most likely not, because for college I'll be going out of state.
Okay.
So I probably won't continue with any Boy Scout events.
Well, thank you for coming. Okay, on to item number 21 is public forum, is a time set aside for the public to make comments on topics of county business other than those listed on this agenda. No action will be taken on these topics brought up in public forum. Anyone have anything they want to bring up? It's kind of quiet. Moving on to item number 22 then, adjournment. The next regular session is August 8th, 2017 at 9 a.m. All business to be acted upon at that session should be submitted to the county auditor and recorder's office or Board of Supervisors office by Thursday, August 3rd, 2017 at 1 p.m. There being no further business to come upon the board, the meeting is adjourned at
9:40
or 9:49.
I'm sorry. 39, I'm sorry.
39?
30.
I took you at your word.